Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today we're going to be reviewing the series 10 episode, The Eaters of Light, with Peter Capaldi's 12th Doctor. Now, this is the first time I had watched this episode since it originally aired. I believe I saw it either right when it went out or right after it went out, back when series 10 was running. And I didn't think much of it at the time. I had always been really disappointed with it because I know it was written by the same woman who wrote Survival, if I remember correctly. And it's the only modern Who story that's been written by someone that also wrote Classic Who. At least I believe it was this one she did. On rewatch, though, I like it more than I used to. Maybe it's just because with all of the Whittaker Chibnall stuff we've gotten since, that just the bar for me has been lowered so much for what's good Doctor Who that anytime I see something with like Capaldi in it, I'm like, say, that's not bad at all. But I did actually enjoy this. I had some issues with it, and it was less with the story. I only had one real big issue with that. Well, okay, a couple, but I'll get to that. More with some of the execution. First off, the creature looks weird. It has this kind of... One, it looks a little bad CGI-y. Not super bad, but still kind of like Series 1 bad or Series 2 bad. You know, just kind of by 2017 I expected better. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because, I mean, classic Doctor Who is based off, hey, this is obviously done on a budget, so I can't really knock it for that. My biggest problem is that it looks like it came right out of Tron with the like glowing blue lights. That looks really weird. Like, you could have made this thing look creepy and scary and intimidating, like something out of a horror movie. And I know Doctor Who is a family-friendly show. Maybe that's why they didn't go that route. But you could have added a little more horror element to it. Instead, they make it look all neon and blue lights. And again, it looks like it came out of Tron. Like, is that portal that it's coming out of, is the other side of that Kevin Flynn's computer? Like, seriously, when it's roaring, is that its language for, I fight for the users? So its look really bothered me. That was my biggest issue. Also, the conversation between Bill and the Roman soldiers about the same-sex stuff. Obviously, that's there for obvious reasons. It felt a little like pushing the message. Let me be clear, it didn't bother me. Like, I wasn't rolling my eyes at it. It didn't bother me in any way. It was less that it bothered me, because it didn't bother me, and more of I took note of it, because that's obviously what it's doing when they're sitting there going, oh yeah, you know, so-and-so over here is like that. Hey, it doesn't matter to us. You know, you like who you like. It's very obvious that's what it's doing. Its biggest crime is that there's no reason for it to be there. That is a cutting room floor scene. There's no reason for it to be there. It does nothing except pad out the episode a little bit. There's no point. You can chop that completely out, and it changes nothing. And I took note of that as well as I'm watching it. Also, I don't know how historically accurate that is. I don't know how comfortable and open the Romans at this time were with homosexuality. So I don't know if they were chill and cool about it. Because some past cultures were, like the Greeks, for example. You know, that was chill to them, or at least in certain periods in time. You know, I don't know at this point in the Romans how comfortable they were with it, and even if they were comfortable with it, how open they were about it. So I don't know if they were that open with, oh yeah, Frank's doing this with this guy, and Frank's doing this with this guy, Mel's screwing a goat, we don't care, whatever. You know, I don't know. Also, the makeup of the Roman fleet being interracial the way it was, I don't know how historically accurate that is. I don't know what racial stuff was like back then at this period in Roman history too. I don't know if they actually did, if, you know, white people, black people, and all these other people intermingled in this with the Roman army. I don't know how historically accurate that is, or if that was more just message pushing. And I'm certainly not going to criticize it, because that could be historically accurate. I don't know, which is a shame, because I love history. It's just I've been out of school for like 20 years, so I don't remember. It wasn't something, like I said, neither of those were things that bothered me. They were just things I took note of. The ending of the story is a little odd, because the doctor talks about how their lives are too short. They won't be able to hold it long. But yet it's still, the girl and the Roman soldiers go in there. Does that solve the problem? Is it the fact it's multiple ones cause it to destabilize and last longer? Are they still going to be snuffed out like butterflies compared to the doctor? I mean, time passes different in there than it does outside, so they could still probably hold it back for several centuries. But eventually, they're going to die and somebody's going to have to come in and guard it again. That's why the doctor wanted to do it. That's why the doctor offered to do it. I live so much longer than y'all. Y'all are like magflies to me, Plus, I can regenerate. I could hold it here until the sun goes cold. But since they take the doctor's place, how long can they hold it before, hey, this is a whole nother problem again? It never really resolves that. It just shows them walking into the portal and, well, we don't know. The best thing about this episode, one of the reasons why I like the episode so much better now, is Capaldi. My God, Capaldi is phenomenal in this episode. I mean, Capaldi's always great. Capaldi elevates everything he's in. Great stories become amazing. Masterpieces become somehow even better than masterpieces. Bad stories can usually elevate up to watchable stories. Not always, but even the bad stories he's good in. And I love this. My favorite scene in this is easily when they're in like the little, I guess, Scottish camp or whatever they're supposed to be, and they have all the spears at their throats, and the doctor's like, can you hear that? Do you hear that sound? And they're like, no, what is it? He goes, that's the sound of my patience breaking. And he just grabs the guy like this and, walks him away from the group, even with all the spirit at his throat. That's the sound of my patience breaking. I love that. I'm just like seriously, I had forgotten that scene, so when that happened, my jaw was just like, Capaldi, man, he is so good in this role. And that's really impressive coming from me, as the 12th Doctor is kind of on the middle of my list, just because that type of Doctor is not the one I tend to just naturally gravitate towards. I tend to prefer Troughton and Tom Baker and Matt Smith, and to an extent David Tennant, that kind of Doctor, the more playful Doctors. But man, does Capaldi sell that serious Doctor of his, and the way when he does that line, I love it. That line alone bumps it out of the bad category into the category. I really enjoy Capaldi just in all of this. He is always on fire in this. I like Bill in this. I really like this TARDIS team a lot. I wish we'd gotten another series of this TARDIS team, because I like Bill a lot as a character. I like, she's a very independent, strong-willed character, much like Sarah Jane, and I love that. I love characters like that in Liz Shaw. And I like Nardole a lot. I really like Nardole a lot as a character. I love when Capaldi goes in there just for a few minutes, but outside 4 days pass, and when Capaldi comes back out, Nardole's already gone native, wearing their outfits. He's got the little line paint on the face, 4 days, and he's gone native. I love that. I love the interplay between Nardole and the Doctor too. And don't forget, I know 10% of your secrets. I enjoy all of that. That is really, really well done. And I love, too, when Capaldi's willing to sacrifice himself because he lives longer and he can hold it back for all that time. It feels very genuine. One of the problems in some of the Doctor Who episodes is, the biggest one is, I have issues with some of them, when Tennant's about to sacrifice himself in the Sontaran two-parter in Series 4, when Whittaker's about to sacrifice herself in the Timeless Children to blow up Gallifrey. And then there's another Whittaker one, Legends of the Sea Devils, when she's going to sacrifice herself to destroy all the Sea Devils and everything. In every one of those cases, someone else has to do it for her. But it's really well done. It's almost like the Doctor's like, I'll sit here and stop all of you. I'll do it. Isn't somebody coming to take my place? I'll do it. Sultarha, I'll do it. Come on. And then somebody finally teleports in. He's like, oh, thank God. Here you go. Whittaker's like that too in The Timeless Children. I'll sit here and kill you all. I'll kill you all. What the hell is somebody? I'll kill you all. I'll do it for you, Doctor. Oh, no, I can't possibly let you. There, take this controller. I gotta go. It feels so forced, and it's very eye-rolling when it happens in those circumstances, but not here. Here, it's done perfectly. Part of that is just because the writing for that's actually really good. Part of that's because Capaldi is just a god in this role. It feels genuine. He is going to do it. He is sitting there, he's taking that minute to tell Bill goodbye and Nardole goodbye because they're his friends and he wants to say goodbye. And explain to her, hey, just go to the TARDIS. It'll take you home. It's really simple. And then he's about to run around and walk in there, and they're having to hold him back to the point they literally have to knock him out just to get him out of the way. So, the girl and the Romans can go in there instead. That is done much better than those other examples, and I really liked that. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought the guest cast did a good job. The TARDIS team is great. Capaldi's amazing. The story is actually pretty good. I like the idea of the little rift opening every now and then, and that they built the little cairn or whatever it is there, shrine, to limit when it opens, so it only opens that one time, and it's not for long. I like the time displacement part of it. Like I said, it's not essential Doctor Who. I wasn't sitting there going, this is amazing, Series 10 is great, but I didn't dislike it either. I like it a lot more than I dislike it. If someone asked me what I thought of it, I'd say, it's good. One of those 6 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10. Not bad. I liked it. Capaldi's performance really sells it. My biggest issue, like I said, is the blue creature looking all Tron-like. I would have preferred maybe some more practical effects and it looking a little scarier, but it's a family show. What can you do? So, The Eaters of Light. When was the last time you watched it? If you haven't watched it since it aired, I'd recommend taking another look at it because it might surprise you, especially Capaldi's performance. Especially with the past 3 series that we've had from Doctor Who. I think pretty much any time I watch a Capaldi episode now, I might just be like, well, it can't be all bad. Capaldi's great in it. So comment down below and let me know what you think of The Eaters of Light. Other things to do while I have you here. Go ahead and click the like button. Click the subscribe button. And click the bell for notifications so you never miss out on another video. I also have a Patreon if you like what I do and would like to support what I do. There's a link to that down in the description below. I also have a P.O. box if there's anything you would like to send me, and a link to my Amazon wish list, which I update regularly as well. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.